Hey, buddy. We got over here. Bastin. Here we go. The cheapest radio on planet Earth. Some assembly required. Anyway, let's fix this thing and put it in the XJ. Well, I disassembled this thing for an unspecified project. Maybe you'll see it on the channel soon. Who knows? But let me show you what's inside of one of these really cheap, basically tuner USB SD card stereos. There's like literally nothing in it at all. It's just the faceplate right there. That's basically all your controls and buttons, and then this. So there's really only one thing doing any work in here. Really, it's super basic. I'm just going to throw all this stuff back on. These MOSFETs here, they do need to have dielectric grease, or not dielectric grease, thermal paste put on it. These do get hot, and yeah, they heat sink to the back shield. So you can tell how cheap this thing is, because normally on a car stereo you'll see big finned heat sinks on the back where they, you know, passively cool from. This one has none of that, so can't really expect a whole ton out of it. But yeah, I think I looked this up. This was out of the van. I don't know if it works, but I think I looked it up on Amazon. XD Vision was like 20 bucks or something like that. So anyways, dig through here and you know, put it all back together. So here we are in front of the XJ. We're going to try to install a cheap stereo with some of these speakers. These were in the XJ when I bought it. The factory ones in the back, those things aren't looking so hot. So yeah, headliner is typical XJ headliner, but check those suckers out. I don't know if they're going to work or not, but it's definitely not going to work at all with no head unit in it. So when I took the doors off the XJ, I did see that it did have some Bastin upgrades here in the door. I took this one out. I don't know why. I think I was going to test the speaker. That one is still in there, and this gem was in the van, so I just showed you that. I got it all reassembled, only partially incorrectly reassembled, but that's not a big deal. There's nothing to that thing. It weighs nothing at all. I figured there's only one way to figure out if any of this stuff works. The wiring in the XJ, which this is how I got it, the speakers, all that stuff, and that's just to install it. So we're going to go ahead and slam all this crap in here. I did buy an adapter for the wiring harness, so we'll go ahead and put that in and see if any of this stuff works. Alright, I made our job a little bit easier by buying one of these adapters. So if you have never used one of these are factory wiring adapters. They're really the only way to fly. So normally, you know, everybody cuts these wires or strips something back on them and taps in like somebody did right there. You don't want to do that. You just want to buy one of these. They're like $8. This is the XJ Comanche, whatever, Jeep Eagle 88 to 96 wiring. And I'm serious, they're like $8, and it makes life super easy. Each wire actually has printed on it what it actually goes to. So left front positive, this would be left front negative, this would be left rear negative, left front or rear, and then left front or rear. So those are those, and then power, remote, and ground, that type of thing. So anyway, pretty easy to install this thing. There you go. Now you have wiring ready to go. You don't have to cut into your factory adapter. It's the way to go, man. So grab ourselves a test light, find a spot to plug it in. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, the center tap on this is constant power. We can even just look here. You don't even need a wiring diagram. Battery constant says right there. I don't know if you can read that or not. Battery constant, so we'll check for power. There we are. Lights up. So that's constant power, and then the red one should be key on power. Ignition switch 12 volt. So let's see, should be lit up. There we are. Ignition switch 12 volt. So, at least we can confirm that the power and stuff going up here is correct. First off, I need to pull this door panel and install the Bastion right there. That's what's in there. That's what came with the truck. Again, don't know if they work. I'll pull this thing down, slide it in there. There we go. Handy dandy trim removal tool. I don't think we have to go too crazy. Look at that. Perfect. So this is household, like extension cord wiring that someone has spliced in. So yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're working with here, is extension cords that someone has spliced in. Hopefully we can peel this junk back and they didn't cut the ends off, but I'm sure that they did. Come on, focus. Exactly what I would expect. Just twist it on and loosely electrical tape together. Straight up trash. I don't think I have any of these small connectors for these. Maybe I do. I'll go look around. You can see one's bigger than the other one. A lot of my audio stuff is long gone from the days. I don't do much audio stuff anymore. But I'll see what I got. We'll try to fix this up. Alright, so typically these, little Harbor Freight type whatevers, they don't have the sizes that you need. So, you can see, grab one of these, just fits on, slides right off. So we can't really get down on that, but you can crush them together. You just squeeze down on these pads, or these like little fingers there, squish them down with some pliers. And this ain't the right way to fix it, but this is the $200 XJ that I don't know how long it's going to survive fix for right now. But you can see it's tight enough. It ain't going to be coming off of there anytime soon without some persuasion. So, bouncing around on the road, it ain't just going to come off. In fact, I can't even get the doggone thing off. On these, the other side, it's the same deal as the blue one. It's too wide. Just crimp them down and then give them a little pinch in the center. Kind of balls them up a little bit, and then they will fit on too. Just slam it on in there, but I don't want to get this one stuck as well. But there's kind of like a, kind of shade tree fix for that. They'll snap on and they'll be tight for what we're going to do. This isn't like some pro audio, installation or anything like that. But they won't fall off and they'll be good enough. Another thing when you're using, these really cheap, inexpensive little wire connectors on here, just do yourself a favor and remove these little plastic, insulators. Just get rid of those things. They're garbage. You're better off with this and some shrink wrap than you are with those things. So those are junk and they're a nightmare. So just strip them back and you'll be a lot happier. All right, well, I end up getting those on. They're tight enough that I had to use the old wire stripper plier things to crimp them down or to get them to seat. So they're not going to be going anywhere. There's more than enough wire. I'm not sure why they had all of this speaker wire connected to it. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and screw this thing into place. Find some screws. Be good to go. And boom, movie magic. Thing is done. I bet the other side is just like that, which sucks. Curiously, check out those Cat 50 tool holders. I can't even get rid of those things. Isn't that crazy? Who knows how much these things actually cost new? If you know how much a Cat 50 2-inch tool holder costs new, let me know in the comments, because I'm betting that they weren't cheap. I went down to a couple places because I can't use this. I don't have category 50 equipment, and tried to give them away. No, they said they got piles of scrap just of these things, just buckets full of them waiting to go to scrap. Can't believe it. Those are things like precision machine tool steel, and I can't even give them away. Crazy. Anyway, we're going to go from some super high-end stuff to literally the cheapest crap that money can buy. So we're going to try to install this. There's no ground. This is the factory little harness that I pulled out of the van. So it just clips in there. This has some RCA outputs. Curiously, that one says antenna right there, but that's where the antenna goes. So, your guess is as good as mine with that. So, fuses. Probably should check those at some point, make sure that they're not blown. Those are good. There's our diagram on it. Yellow. Memory backup. So that is constant 12 volt. Red is ignition. So this is ignition switch on. This would be constant 12 volt power. Yellow is constant 12 volt. And then the rest are speaker wires. Ain't got no ground for right now. Anyway, let's just go ahead and wire this crap up. Scotch brand tape. Don't go with the cheap stuff. It's really not worth it. Just save a couple bucks, but it is not worth the headache, trust me. Alright, so let's wire this thing up off of the stereo. Alright, so constant 12 volt was the yellow. Hey, look, are they going to match? Are these things going to match? Get out of town. Yellow to yellow. Man, that would be nice. No, it can't be. There's no way that this crappy harness would match. Did they standardize this stuff while I was away from the audio scene? Highly doubt it. Who knows though? High quality tape job right there. Alright, so red. I posted up on Instagram a sheet that Holley includes with their sniper kit on how like, I don't know, wiring best practices, and I think I'm violating like all of them right now. I don't know what they had hooked up to this, but it wasn't very good. I wonder if there's speakers in the van. By the looks of things, I'm probably going to need some rears. I don't think those are going to sound stellar when we hook all this stuff up. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty rough. Let me know in the comments, did they standardize this stuff? Now everything is the same color code? Who knows when that when this head unit was actually produced, but it seems kind of weird. Alright, I'm just going to go through and wire all this stuff up. You can tell the cheapness too. The Jeep has copper wiring, and this head unit uses aluminum wiring. It's another cost-saving measure. I'll be shocked how this thing sounds. I think they claimed it was like 25 watts a channel or something like that. That definitely is not going to be realistic. Leave a comment below if you think I should have used wire nuts. That would have really got people going. Let's be honest. Nothing's more permanent than a temporary fix that works. Am I right? I hope you guys can see the benefit of using one of these factory, pigtail connectors. All of these wires are different color. Obviously there's light blue and red and brown and orange and, orange and blue, all these different things. And this one seems to be standardized. Anyway, it makes it so much faster and so much easier. So stop cutting up your factory harnesses. Just buy these. And get them on Amazon dirt cheap. They make them for like everything on earth. I don't think I've ever had a vehicle that I couldn't find one of these wiring adapters for, like ever. So, do this instead. Blue must be power antenna. So this is the remote. So the blue would go to an amp to turn on an amp, or your power antenna. So if you're wiring in an amp, that's what you're going to be doing, is you're going to be using that blue wire to control the amp turning on. Let's wire in a ground. We're going to go ahead and use brown for ground. I don't want to use up what few feet of black I actually have. I got to just find a ground somewhere. Kind of slim pickings under there, but I did find somebody installed a nice self-tapper in there, so we'll take advantage of that. They already had a cheap ground on it. One ground coming up. Be sure to use the wrong crimpers too. That helps. Ah, damn. I don't have all the right tools. If I did, it'd probably be more fun to do electrical, but what I really need is an automotive scanner. So if you've got an automotive scanner that does bidirectional communication and live data, let me know which one you're using. I'll be interested to hear what your opinions are of those. Find a good one. There's about 40 million of them on Amazon. Alright, we're grounded. Hopefully my ground's good. That's suspicious. I came equipped with some free music to try this out with. Now, there's a high probability that this is just going to explode as soon as I plug it in. So, fingers crossed. Or it just won't work. Listen for a blow and fuse. Hang on. Oh, I didn't hear anything blow. Power on. I don't see anything. Wouldn't that suck if this doesn't work? There's the reset button. Oh, that would blow. Ah, that would suck so much. Alright, well, let's troubleshoot. I'm suspicious of the ground, so we got power there. We got power there. Yellow was key on power, or keep alive memory. That's powered there. Let's play with our ground a little bit. There it is. Ground problem. Did you see it come on? Alright. Gotta find a better ground. Look at that. Old Eric O at South Main Auto was super proud of me. Here's the ground that I used. You know, obviously I should have picked something else, but there's not a whole lot down here for me to tap into. Honestly. Somebody's vampire clipped those. I don't even know what they are. I have no idea. You can see we've just got some wires hanging out all over the place. I don't know what all this scuzz is under here. I haven't cleaned this part. But yeah, I'll have to clean up this ground. Well, that escalated quickly. There's no good place to find a ground underneath here. It's hard for me to show you guys. So I pulled off this panel. You can see the ground that I added right there. Right, yeah. So, a little self-tapper. There was already a hole there, so I didn't drill a hole, but see it's kind of rusty and whatnot under here. I didn't bother to touch anything else. So, not too bad overall. I need to get a different camera. This is BS, man. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? Now, we should have something. I don't know if the glare is going to even allow you guys to see. Hey, check it out. It actually works. No way. Pretty cool. Can you even see it? I can't tell on the screen. I don't know. Whatever. So, let's try the SD card. Oh, dang. Ooh, everything sounds terrible. Alright, well, it sounds like absolute trash. Let's try the USB. Toy. This one sounds better than the other one. Heard that speaker over there rattling before pretty severely. I'm trying to figure out how to check the rears. Fader. Okay, full on forward. No kidding, the back ones actually work? They don't even sound terrible. Hang on. Yeah, crazy. Not too bad. The little Baston's kicking it out with the bass. So now we just have to install it all in here. So this thing here goes in like this. And then you open up these tabs to grab onto my already falling out dashboard. Oh, don't tell me. You serious? Ferrillos? There's nothing there. So the only thing I can do is I can make an insert for this, a metal insert that just sits in there, and then this can slide into it. That's more work than I wanted to get into today. But I guess, what are you gonna do? I don't know. So yeah, that's all I can do. So we'll do that. Alrighty. So just get a rough measurement here. Should we do it in centimeters? No, don't think so. So let's say 8.5. 8.5 will put us right against this side and over into here. That'll be good. This is where I think the four-wheel drive indicator stuff would be if this was a four-wheel drive Jeep, but it's not. I mean, it is now, but it originally wasn't. So what I say, 8.5? So we could do 3. Yeah, 3 might be good. So 3 by what, 8.5? Is that what we said? Yeah, 8.5. That'll do it. Remember what I said, because I'll forget. Alright, well, I found this piece of steel. It's like galvanized or something like that. Big old heavy. Just hold it down. We'll cut it off here because it's folded over. And we'll use this as a starting point. These kind of jobs are nice because, you know, they're not super critical. So that's what we got. We're going to go out to the truck, see how it fits just in there. I'm going to clean up the edges. Look at that. Like it was meant to be there. I mean, it's good enough, dude, for real. I didn't know this was going to turn into a custom installation today. I'm doing this all left-handed. In case you didn't know, I'm right-handed. Ah! So close. Got her, though. Well, you know what? We're gonna use the old artist's eye and say, yes, those are probably parallel to each other. So we'll just run a level across it, scribe a line, be good. And then, yeah, we'll screw it into place. Then put this thing up here, trace out the hole that this thing is useless. Trace out the hole for this that's going to go, or trace out the hole for this onto our metal, wherever I put that. Figure out where this is going to go and cut that out. Great thing about doing it this way is you really don't have to be all that precise, and you know, your cuts don't have to look professional. All right, check it out. Here is a tool that I've had forever, and I have never really had an opportunity to use it. I'm not even sure how to use it, but it's a punch for punching holes through metal. So there's like these anvils and a random screw. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it works by stuff. Oh, okay, so here's the size. Come on now. Here's the size of the actual like punch that the size hole that you want. And it fits down in a little collar. So there's a little punch area right there. Punches down a kaboom. Kaboom. It comes out the hole. So let's try it. This one might be big though. This one might be too big. So at that point, I guess you take this screw out. I don't have any idea where I got this thing from. There we go. So that's the size of the actual punch area. So that would be the size of the screw hole that it would make, or hole. Seems pretty sharp, but we're going to go with something a little less dramatic. Maybe this one. The edges don't feel quite as sharp, but there we go. It's kind of intuitive when you look at it. And I guess I should have... Yeah, there's even some stuff in there from the last dude that used it. So I guess I really should have found the correct thingamajigger for it. And of course, by now I could have already drilled it out. And it would have been done. That is not the right thinger for it. So let's try a different thinger. That one feels right. Yeah. That's the ticket. Guess to go this way. And oh yeah, we would have been done with the drill a long time ago. All right. Should be good to go, right? I don't know. Let's try it and see. I'm a little nervous. I'm just going to ruin this thing. Oh, it's got a pointer on it. Like it got a little point. It's got like a little center punch type of deal. There you go. Look at that. Center punch down. I drew some rough lines on it. So let me get this lined up. Here we go. Wow. Amazing. Let's see this. This might be my new favorite tool. Look at that. That thing is awesome. Like, look straight up pro, too. Like I know what I'm doing. One more. Oh, heck yeah. Man, this thing is sweet. I made it oversized so that we can, you know, find some screws in there, give us a little bit of wiggle room. So we've got like 1/8 of an inch up and down. Once I lock it into place, it's not really going to go anywhere. So it's not like, you know, a huge deal if they're a little oversized. But yeah, let's go find, I think I have some nice screws for it. Well, you know, the screwdriver fits good when it does that. Just thinking hangs off of the screws. Freaking love that. Who makes this one? Craftsman. Professional. Yeah, sometimes they're just nice. Okay, so there we go. We are in Lackland. So now let me put this thing in place. All right, here we go. There. All right, let's go find a marker. Check out the crawdad. Oh, he's in there. You see him? Oh, he was almost out. See the bubbling? Wonder if we can catch him. You can stick a little stick down in there sometimes and they'll grab onto it. I don't know. We're doing XJ stuff. We're not catching crawdads. What if it was a giant one from like Chernobyl? It was like, there it is. It was like the biggest one ever and I became famous. And I could give up all this YouTube nonsense. What do you think? Possibilities? Yay or nay? All right. So, see how we're going to do this. We're going to come in here and just kind of do our... Oops. Great. So you can kind of eyeball it and see if you're kind of off, because this is a wider barrel on that. So kind of just look around. Make sure you're up in there. All right, I think that'll do it. All right, so here we got this, and we got this. We're gonna feed it up back there. Look at that. That'll work. Yeah, that'll look nice. And that'll be our cut so that this will fit in there. So that's the idea. Because we know that this is the size opening that the XJ has, and we need it to be this size opening for the head unit to sit in there. So we just need to, you know, basically get this as close as we can in the middle, and then that should give us our alignment. These holes are oversized so that I can just kind of cock this thing up or down just a tad bit. That was the idea behind all of that. So now this outside edge is our cut line. So we'll cut it out, hope for the best. Yeah, we got our money's worth out of that one. Perfect. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, works great. I'll have a little bit of wiggle room with those oversized holes. Be able to bend these tabs back. So these tabs fold over, and that's what holds these in. So there, or you could have used any one of these if you have thicker plastic or whatever. That's how those work. And yeah, we're good to go. What do you guys think? Yeah? Custom XJ stereo installation. It's a nice day today. It is super nice. I'm trying to get this thing ready so that we can go do some trail riding. That's the plan. I want to take you guys out to some secret spots that everybody knows about so that we can all hit some trails in this thing. I still think the front end is a little weird on it. It's way better than it was, but it still needs some help. All right. We can put an amp on it if we want. I got some amps in the back, but amps mean, you know, subwoofers and boxes and things, and it's not really something I'm interested in putting in this truck. Okay. So let's slide all that in there. No, I never even thought about how it snaps right in. Hey, look at that. He's nice. Auxiliary input. All right, we're going to try something out, see how it goes. After adding weight, Mallory metal. Check it out. Got some Mallory right here. That's me. So we're going to weigh it against some common material. Nice. So the auxiliary port works. She's good enough. Power off. Shut down. Woo. There we go. So, hope you guys enjoyed the custom XJ stereo installation. Junk to junk, you know, like I had no way of knowing if any of these speakers were any good. No way of knowing if that stereo was any good. None of this stuff was tested or tried before today. So, you know, XJ is a truck. Just, I see I got a light out. Oh, well, that thing's stuck. Okay, well, that's broken. All right, well, anyways, like I said, the XJ is just one of those things, man. It was $200 on a car hauler. If you want to see the entire build video of how this thing came from being a $200 scrapper on the back of a car hauler with a blown engine, bad trans, two-wheel drive, filled to the top with parts and garbage, there's a playlist I'll link it over there. You can watch that, or you can just go on my channel and watch any of the other XJ videos. But believe me, she's come a long way. And yeah, for the stereo to work and it have like nicer Boston acoustic, or I guess these are just Boston speakers in it. They sound all right. I can't believe that those ratty old things in the back are still working, but they do. So I can't really be mad at any of that. The Jeep lives on, just keeps on giving. The hardest thing about it was finding the ground, really. And I still got to put it all back together. But that's it. So until next time, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the like button, and comment down below. You ever have any of these XJs? Do you have stereo stuff? What's your system like? Whatever. Where'd you find friggin' grounds on this vehicle? Let me know in the comments below, and chat with you later. Have a great one.